and gentlemen, to the 24th West Australian Screen Awards for 2011 at the Octagon Theatre at UWA. It's going to be an exciting show, so make sure you stay with us for a special edition of Perth City Talks. So Daniel and Justine, what are you most excited for tonight's show?
I think the best thing for me is everyone who's in Perth directing, producing, everyone who can really either make a show or can either give you a break, and just the people who are actually involved in these kind of things and are at this sort of level are all going to be here. So it's a great chance to really meet everyone that's getting involved with the acting.
So Brad, what brings you here tonight?
I'm here to cheer on Fremantle in terms of the awards tonight, and FTI is a really important player in Fremantle, the Film and Television Institute, so we hope that there are lots of successes for the great and many budding filmmakers in Fremantle.
And what sort of things would you want people to know about the Film and Television Institute?
First, it's in Fremantle, which we really want to be a home of the creative arts, and I think it is where creative people do come together. And but we also want to know that that's where lots of budding, interesting, vibrant things are happening in terms of of the film scene in WA is happening right there in Fremantle.
What are you here to support tonight?
I'm here to support the WA film and TV industry. I do a lot of composition for film and TV, so these are my people.
And are you nominated this year?
Because I'm in the professional category, there's only 4 awards and they usually go to the big wigs. I won a couple of years ago, but no, I'm just here to have a good time and catch up with everyone.
And what did you win for a few years ago?
It was a TV show, documentary called Gallipoli Submarine by Electric Pictures about World War I submarine. So it was very interesting.
And what category are you most excited for tonight?
Every category just fills me with joy. It's a celebration.
It's a celebration.
Celebration of WA and people.
And any predictions for us?
Well, I could tell you who won the music category, but I'm not allowed to. So I just predict merriment mixed with disappointment.
So are you a judge for this year?
I was, yes.
How did you go being a judge? How did you find it?
It's my 3rd or 4th year, so I'm used to it. There was quite a lot to look through, but this year was actually a really high standard, so we were pretty impressed with what was going on. Yeah.
And any tips for future entrants?
Quality. Just do good stuff and you'll win.
I was one of the judges on the for best film for the emerging filmmakers. So part of the perks, given that they don't pay you, is that you get to come and have a free drink beforehand. So that's the main reason I'm here.
So why do you think people should be supporting the WA Awards? For free.
Besides the free drinks, look, I think it's great. I think FTI's done a wonderful job with the awards because, in terms of the industry, winning the best in WA is not really significant because you actually want to win the best in Australia or the best in the world. That's where you compete. But what this does is bring together the industry that is competing on that stage with the emerging filmmakers, and I think that's its heart. That's what FTI does best, is that connection between the emerging filmmakers and the industry, so that's why I like to support it. It's about seeing young filmmakers feel like they're part of something and aspire to take their talent further. That's what it's about.
So Yvette and Joe, who are you here to support tonight?
The whole of the WA industry, basically. Yeah, we're here to support everyone that's nominated and anyone that has made a film or wants to make a film. We're pro-WA film industry.
So do you guys have an involvement in the WA industry?
I work for Screen West, and definitely here to support the whole industry. Everyone has worked so hard, so it's awesome.
I used to work at the Film and Television Institute that are putting this on tonight, but I've just recently moved off into freelance producing and I have a digital project up on the go called The Sound Chamber, so that's coming up in April. It'll be
so very busy.
Yeah, I'm pretty busy, but never too busy for the Screen Awards.
So is there any particular category you're most excited for tonight?
Young filmmaker is always hotly contested, so I'm very excited to see who wins that. And you know, the practitioner award in the industry, that's also very exciting. So yeah.
Oh, you know, I like the best film and best director, but yeah, I'm also interested to see who will win best documentary this year for some reason.
So Adam, what kind of involvement do you have in the awards tonight?
Well, we're supporting the Young Filmmaker of the Year award tonight, so this has become a really prestigious award.
And this is Bendigo Bank Fremantle, yeah?
Absolutely, Bendigo Bank Fremantle is supporting the Young Filmmaker of the Year. It's become a very prestigious award over the past few years, and we're really happy to be supporting it tonight. The quality that we have here and the people that are involved are so passionate and have so much energy towards it, and I think we really need to make sure that we drive that and continue with that support into the future. So I think people really need to get involved with the film industry from that regard.
So Marcel, you've been nominated tonight. Which category is that for?
My film's been nominated for Best Score, so I'm really excited because it's like my first thing I ever did as an actor, and you know, to be kind of put pen to paper and to be nominated in a WASS is actually brilliant.
So what was your film about?
In Pieces is about the problems that a lot of people have all over Australia and the world, bullying, and there's been a lot of things in the news this week in particularly about that, and it's about the results of children and then they're growing up as adults and how it affects them. And this character Chris, who's actually played by myself, actually goes through the motions of going back into childhood and reliving all the things he has done and what he's been through, and the effect of multiple personalities on a person that's had that problem. So WA has got some absolutely brilliant talent. I mean, think about it. Why do all the eastern states keep coming and pinching all our actors? You know, I mean, really, we've got something here, and it's something that can be marketable to not only Australia but the world.
So James, Ben and Raquel, who are you here supporting tonight?
The WA film industry, Henry and Aaron's.
Which category are you most excited for?
Young Filmmaker of the Year.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
What's the series you're doing now?
The Henry and Aaron's Perfectly Adequate series now. It's not a yeah.
Web series, and where can people find that?
On
Just plug time.
on the web.
MNC.com, Movie Network channel, and then on Foxtel on the Movie Network channel, Movie Extra.
And is that all made in WA?
Incredibly, all made in WA.
When we actually
all
finish
WA
it, it
people.
will be, yes.
Yeah.
When it's
Yeah.
finished. And what roles do you all have in the series?
Well, I'm cinematographer, and
I play a guy called Danny Danielson, who's a character that apparently can't show tonight, but and production manager. So that's
risque.
yeah.
Risque.
Apparently he's too raw for the WASSers.
Yeah.
I'm here with John Day. What sort of advice would you give to young filmmakers?
Well, I can't speak from personal experience, but I can certainly say that you really don't get anywhere in life without really being committed, being prepared to have a go, take the knocks with the good times as well. And I think the film industry is a bit like the political arena. You don't go into it for job security or for certainty, and being prepared to have a go, and if it doesn't work then have another go or look at another way of doing things.
And what kind of things can we expect to be changing or happening in the screen industry in Western Australia?
Well, I think what we've seen in recent years, and it's very much continuing, is a strong development of the screen industry. We're well known for the resources sector and agriculture, but we very much need to encourage creativity, and the screen industry is a very integral part of the arts and culture scene in Western Australia. So we've had the announcement of funding to assist in making Drift, which is going to star Sam Worthington and be based around Margaret River and the surfing culture in that part of the world. But there's some notable films about to be premiered in this state over the next few months as well, including Red Dog, the screen production of Cloud Street, which will be a series. Blame will be coming out. So I think the screen industry in our state is really going from strength to strength, and that's being reflected here tonight.
amazing tonight. How does it feel to have won?
Well, very humbling actually. Yeah, it's a very humbling experience. It's exciting, and when someone else acknowledges your achievement, let's take it and embrace it.
And just for people who haven't seen it, tell us a little bit about Little Sparrows.
Little Sparrows is a very simple and honest film about a mother passing on her wisdom to her 3 daughters.
And what kind of advice would you give to other filmmakers?
Oh, like what I said in the speech, you got to dream high and you got to aim high, and when you're ready, go out and kick some ass.
Wayne, you won the award for Best Actor. How does it feel?
It feels better than 2 years ago when I didn't win.
So why do you think you won for this one?
Well, look, I had 2 entries, and the other one I was shaved my head, and I think a couple of the judges didn't realise it was me in both of the films, and so they went, "Oh, well, that guy must be a good actor," because it looked different.
So Olivia, you just won the Best Actress Award for The Good Pretender. Are you excited?
Definitely, yes.
And what was it like working on a movie like this one?
It was lots of fun, a new experience and all that, and one of my best memories ever, probably.
And I noticed you get to do an Arnold Schwarzenegger accent in this one. How did you prepare for that?
A lot of YouTube videos, and I watched the Terminator 2 movie, and I learned a lot from that, but yeah. It was.
And how old are you?
I'm 12.
12? And so is this something you hope to do in the future? Yeah.
Yes.
So Craig, you won the People's Choice Award tonight. How did that feel?
Oh, that was really exciting. I heard Bertrand and I jumped up, so yeah. It was really exciting being up there on stage. Yeah.
And how old are you?
14.
14. And is this the first film you've been in?
This is the 5th film I've been in, I think. Yeah, but this is my first awards, WA Screen Awards. So.
We're now going to take a short break from the WA Screen Awards, but make sure you come back for another special edition of Perth City Talks. So welcome back from the break. So Laura and Jess, why are you here tonight?
Well, Jess is a part of the film Bystander. It took out Best Film, so...
Big money. Keir Wilkins is the director, but he's not here. He's in Sydney. He got into AFTRS there, so he's doing big things. And he won.
So what was your favourite part about the awards tonight?
Probably the host. He did a fantastic job. So funny, charismatic, entertaining. Yeah, very.
Yeah, I like the political stuff.
Just won. How do you feel?
Relieved, very relieved. I've entered this 5 times. Not that I was going to win it 5 years ago, but just writing that application makes you know who you are as a filmmaker. And it took me 5 years to get it, but I deserved it this year. So relieved. And happy and stoked. Lots of good things.
So is there anyone you want to thank for the TV?
Yeah, absolutely. My girlfriend who puts up with me, who has a real job while I am 2 months late in paying rent. And she puts up with that. And thank you, and all the love and support. My mum, my family, my dad, who gave me his video camera and never got it back. Fellow filmmakers, Dion Cochrane, John McIver, Burley Smith. Look, all the Indigenous communities that have taken me in. Jenny Simpson from Awesome. Joe Randall, my producer on another project. I'm making a lot of films. A lot of people to thank here. Look, all the skateboarders who've worked with me, all the musicians who let me use their music. A very grassroots style filmmaker, and I rely on a lot of generous people to help me out, and they do it for the cause. So and look, just WA. I'm a big fan of this place.
And what advice would you give to other people that are entering and not making it through?
All right, well, just be prepared to work hard and don't rely on funding. Funding's good if you can get it, and eventually you will if the films are good enough. But just work hard and just be happy with living off the art and the joy that the art gives you. And if you keep doing that, the money will come. And even if it doesn't, live for the art. That's all I have to say about it.
So Jill and Kevin, it's been a big night for you. How does it feel?
I haven't recovered yet at all. It'll take me a while, I can tell you. But it's been a most joyous evening.
This is the Lifetime Achievement Award?
Yes, it is. But it's been wonderful, darling. My husband, yes, you can say
I'm
something
your
about
husband.
it.
You know, it was lovely to get the award, and I think it was wonderful seeing the other kids getting awards, the young people, because, you know, they'll realise we can still keep going when we get to our age.
So, Burley, you made one of my favourite speeches of the night. How did it feel to win?
It was good. I was really pleased. It was the result of a lot of hard work, and it's nice to be rewarded.
For those who don't know, just give us a rundown of the film.
It's a romantic comedy, although with the film that I made the year before, it had a sickly sweet ending, so I wanted to do something different, a bit nastier. And so we shot it in grainy black and white 8mm film. It's called Then She Was Gone, and it's about a man named Basil, who I play, and he pursues a girl named Mia. But Mia's only interested in men who are masculine, so that's the premise.
You mentioned in your speech that you preferred a film on film.
Yeah,
why do you think this?
Film looks so much more professional, and it's a real shame that the funding bodies, in many instances, don't let you shoot on film. We don't have any film labs in WA, and so you have to send the film over to Sydney or Melbourne to get it developed. And as a result, we have films that don't look as good as productions in Sydney and Melbourne because they're shot on video, because the government funding bodies want us to shoot on video, so it's very frustrating.
So, Andrew, why do you think it's important to have awards like this one?
I think it's important to celebrate the industry, and particularly in this case, the younger filmmakers, the newer filmmakers. I mean, it's largely an award ceremony for those who are beginning in the industry and who have made a good short film, or maybe something a bit longer. There's a couple of industry awards attached at the end, but by and large it's a celebration of the youth, I suppose. Yeah.
So you work mainly in documentaries. What kind of advice would you give to people wanting to make one in Western Australia?
Oh, you have to just be very patient and work hard. It's not an easy industry, so you have to hang in there.
So Damien, you won an award tonight. What was that one for?
It was the Bill Warnock Award for Emerging Screenwriters. Yeah. So I put in a feature film for consideration and they liked it, which is strange.
So what was your feature film about?
It's about a girl who's she goes to a country town that she used to live in. She returns to it after she's made a terrible mistake in the past, and she returns there, and she actually starts to slowly turn into a fox. And she eventually befriends a teenage witch from the town who she thinks can help her kind of reverse the curse. It's kind of like a teen movie crossed with a fantasy. Yeah,
So
I had a whole lot of fun writing it. It was great.
How did you come up with this idea?
Oh man, you know, I've got plenty of that stuff in here. There's a lot of that kind of stuff.
There's a lot of movies to come.
Yeah, and especially that kind of stuff as well. Kind of surreal, strange. Yeah, it's not hard to come up with those kind of ideas.
So Amelia, you won an award tonight. What was that one for?
I won Best Tertiary Film for Still Take You Home.
Yeah. And what kind of work went into making a film like that one?
Well, firstly, it was fundraising, like everything that it took to like make the film, which was, you know, including fight choreography, fake bottles for the fight scene, blood, you know, hiring a really good makeup artist, but, you know, redrafting the script so many times and auditioning actors, just everything it takes to make a film, we did, and we tried to do it as professionally as possible.
And what was your role in making the film?
I was the producer, so I made everything happen. You know, the budgets, the schedules, all the
huge phone bills for
fun
you.
Stuff. Yes, exactly.
And so did you enjoy your role as producer?
I loved it. I loved auditioning. That was great.
And what advice do you have for people who are studying film?
I think the best advice is just ask for advice. Like, don't be afraid to, ask your lecturers, ask professionals in the industry, just email them. Everyone's so willing to help if you need any guidance, and just go out and do it, because the practical experience, you just can't buy that,
What do you hope to do once you finish your degree?
I'm moving to Melbourne, but at the same time I'm also applying for funding over here in Perth, so I'll be applying for Link for a short animation soon. So fingers crossed for that. Yeah, non-stop, just working, trying to get internships.
Filmmaking is it's a privilege, but it's also a great opportunity to kind of comment on the world and, where you see yourself in relation to what's happening.
And what's your favourite thing about teaching film?
Wow. Actually, no. My favourite thing about teaching film is when you've got a student who really struggles for the whole course and you keep thinking, are they actually really going to make a film that's going to impress you? And then right at the end of the course, they make something really surprising and you kind of go, oh wow, that's what I've been waiting for. That's a really good moment for a teacher.
What kind of advice would you give to students wanting to break into this kind of industry?
Well, actually we heard some really good advice tonight. We kind of heard kick ass, which at one level, is kind of a bit of a scary thing to be saying, but actually it's about energy and it's about perseverance. And I think Matt de Koning, who won the Young Filmmaker Award tonight, he got to where he is because of just perseverance and sticking with what he believes in as a filmmaker. And, it came good for him tonight.
So what was your favourite part of the awards?
I think that might be a lot to do with Russell Wolfe, who always puts on a very entertaining performance, don't you think?
So Steve, you were involved in Best Film. How does it feel?
It feels pretty amazing. I'm only sorry Keir, the director, couldn't be here. He's over in Sydney working at AFTRS at the moment, doing a screenplay workshop with a Hollywood screenwriter. It feels amazing. We are a little overwhelmed because we went right up against it. We didn't get any funding, so it was funded privately, and Keir stuck to his guns the whole time and came through with the goods. It was a fantastic script, and the actors and everyone involved was brilliant.
So Graham, it's all over. How do you think it went?
I was sort of backstage, so I don't really know, but the audience reaction seemed good, so I'm really happy, and everyone out here tonight's having a good time, so yeah, great. Some great awards, some great people have won. I mean, Matt de Koning's still got to be my favourite, so yeah. I'm glad he won.
And what kind of work goes into organising an event like this one?
Next year's will start next week, so it's about a year's planning. We've taken about 6 years. We built up the format. The format's sort of similar, so we just keep tweaking it to get it right. I mean, I come from a television background, so when I first came to FTI, it was like 4 or 5 years in the making, 4 or 5 hours in the delivery, and we looked at it more in a television context of get on, get it done, get off, get to the bar. So I think it works in a bit over 2 hours now, so it's fantastic.
So what do you think was special about this year's awards?
Look, I've been associated now with the awards for 11 years. I've got to say, I think the craft, the storytelling, the quality of filmmakers, each year gets better and better. And I think it's reflected in what happens in the whole industry in Western Australia. So.
And what advice would you give to upcoming filmmakers wanting to be a part of the awards?
Well, part of the industry, you're not going to ever make any money out of it, so good luck. But as part of the awards, it's passion, commitment, find the story that works for you, and tell stories from the heart. It's pointless to tell a story that you know nothing about, really. Otherwise, it's just recreating Hollywood. But I think real success comes from telling stories that you actually have a real passion for, because it's hard enough to make any sort of film, but it's a bit easier when you've got a passion for that story.
So if we've learned one thing from this year's awards, it's that a lot of the films are independently financed. So there's a lot of filmmakers here that are working under a labour of love. As one of our award getters said, you need 3 things. You need dedication, you need to keep at it, and you need to kick ass. From the 24th West Australian Screen Awards at the Octagon Theatre in UWA, we say goodbye and thank you for joining us for this special edition of Perth City Talks.